Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Now, up to this point, you're probably not completely clear with the kind of direction of this channel. So I definitely wanted to take a few moments to make this video to kind of give you an idea of what we're all about. Now, while we love sharing our vacations with you and sharing our moments through videos and things like that, both on YouTube and Facebook, the goal of this channel is actually quite the opposite. The goal of this channel is to kind of show you how you can do the same, how you can make these memories possible. So with this being in mind, welcome to the first Vacation Tips 101 with Catching Travel. And we'll get right back to that right after this. Now, I know what you're thinking. You need a lot of money to make these memories possible. You know, Disney's pretty expensive. But really, no, you don't. If you really think about it, there's ways that you can cut the cost in certain areas and make it more possible to afford these higher Disney ticket prices that we've been seeing lately. As many of you know, Disney recently went to a calendar-based pricing system. And if you don't know what that means, well, it's going to get more expensive based upon whenever you want to visit the park. So if you're very ticket cost conscious, definitely go to Disney.com and take a look at the calendar to see what the price of a ticket is going to be whenever you visit. So that would probably be tip number one. I believe the max cost that you can pay is about $122 per person. And the lowest cost is going to be probably around $107. And I'm not sure about the $97. I believe it may still be some dates that are $97 as well. But again, this changes all the time with their new ticket-based calendar pricing. It's crazy, we know. So definitely keep watching the video to learn how to save some more money and kind of alleviate that ticket cost. Now, for our next tip, we're going to have to kind of leave these vacation vlog backgrounds here. And we're going to talk about something that's kind of important, car rentals. How many of you guys can raise your... Oh, that guy's raising his hand. Have ever dealt with car rental prices? They're insane. But I did learn something on my last trip that I definitely want to check out. I do highly recommend Travelocity.com, but I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just think that they're easy to deal with, easy to cancel with. So hopefully you'll enjoy this next tip because it saved me a ton. Now, we all know the standard way. Go into Travelocity.com, click cars, enter the airport, make sure that you're okay dropping it off at the same location, pick your dates of your vacation, and do all that, and then search. And then we get the magic message right up here at the top that says, we're experiencing high demand at this location for your trip dates. I think you're always experiencing this demand, Travelocity. But yeah, my first tip right here would definitely be avoid these third-party car rentals that will offer you the lowest rates that you could possibly imagine. The reason being, even new car rentals not a good place. The reason being is pretty simple. They may be cheap at first, but whenever you arrive, it's not going to be good for you, and they're probably going to end up charging you more than what you would have paid at a mainstream like Dollar or Avis or budget car rental or even enterprise car rental, believe it or not. I've read some reviews where people are paying $300 to $400 more than their quoted price, so definitely avoid that. And keep watching if you want a tip on how to get the mainstream carriers at literally half the cost of what you're seeing now. So the first thing that you're going to do is completely and utterly forget about the airport. Now, what I want you to do now is go to google.com, search the car rental company that you feel most comfortable with. I did choose budget car rental on this time. We had a little bit of a hiccup with them, which I might tell you about a little bit later, but it wasn't really anything that might avoid me based upon the cost that I paid of renting with them in the future. I just might do it a little differently. And that would be, if you're going to use this method, I highly recommend that you prepay because they do have a lot of reservations that aren't legitimate. So you'll definitely be guaranteed a car if you do that. we had a little bit of pickup issues because they thought our reservation wasn't real. Now, as you can see, I went and found an off-site airport location that was nearby. I think this one was about 10 to 12 miles from the airport. It was on 2125 West Land Street, if you want to save that for your records, because the prices are pretty great. But you're going to go there to Travelocity again and then enter the car rental address into the search bar on Travelocity as your pickup location. And then look what magically takes place here. All of the mainstream carriers will magically start showing up here. And a lot of these places are all in one locations. They're kind of like authorized dealers for Budget and Enterprise and Avis. They're all going to be in the same building. But as you can see, right up there towards the top, if you remember right, those third-party carriers were about $89 to $98. And magically, if you look up here now, these cars are the exact same price. So now you're getting a mainstream carrier for literally more than half of the cost. So this is definitely tip number 2. But now you're going to ask me, Jeremy, well, how do I get to these places? I don't have a car. Well, first of all, don't go to Uber.com. That was kind of my mistake. Go to Uber.com. Now, to answer your question on how to get here, I'm going to give you a little bit of a reminder that it is 2018, people. We have magic car pickup ride service, whatever you want to call them, that can now pick you up pretty much anywhere in the entire world. And to get these cheaper car prices, remember, I got more than half off. So literally it paid for my Uber, plus saved me almost over $100 to do this method. And tip number 3 would definitely be Uber.com. But also, if you have a chance, go to Google.com and also search for an Uber promo code that someone has shared out there, that if you aren't already a member of Uber.com, you can get a $10 ride credit typically to pay for $10 of your ride to that airport location off-site, which is going to save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I literally just gave you the best tip that I could, at least so far, that will now pay for literally one admission and a little bit more to Walt Disney World. So it's almost like you're getting one person free just by saving money with our travel tips. So keep watching, and I got a few more tips here and many tips in the future. So definitely take a moment here, subscribe, like, and follow our page and our channel for more tips. But let's continue on to tip 4. Tip number 5. See what you people are doing to me? You are getting me frazzled, too excited about vacation, and I'm even losing my place on what tip we're at. Our final tip is tip number 5, and that is definitely going to have to be where to stay during your vacation at Walt Disney World. Now, a lot of you probably think that the best place in the world is to stay on Walt Disney World grounds, and in some cases I definitely would agree, because it is a completely different experience. If staying on grounds is definitely something that you're not willing to compromise with, definitely make sure you check multiple websites, even check maybe Trivago.com, just to make sure before you place your reservation that you're getting the best deal. Now, before you actually place your reservation, don't place your reservation. And why do I say that? Because there is promo codes for Walt Disney World resorts. Believe it or not, it does exist. Yes, Walt Disney World does allow promo codes for their hotels and resorts. And if you're shocked, yeah, I was too whenever I was able to use one. Specifically, we stayed in some of the pictures that you're seeing on here. It's the All-Star Movies Resort. If you're definitely looking for a budget hotel, if that even exists in the language of Disney, as I've said in other videos, definitely stay at one of the All-Star Resorts. It is among one of the almost, I don't want to say budget friendly because they're not super cheap, but they're definitely probably the cheapest option that Disney does offer for on-ground hotels. You don't get quite as many amenities that you might in the bigger hotels. You don't typically have major, super nice restaurants. You just basically have cafeteria-style food, and transportation is strictly bus route. But some of the hotels are getting their new carriage style tram ride that they're building right now. I can't quite remember what it's called, but some of them are getting that, but I don't believe any of the all-star resorts are going to be connected in that fashion, at least right away. So definitely bus transportation is kind of your limit on staying in these. Some of their nicer hotels are definitely worth the money, but make sure that you don't place a reservation directly with Disney unless you have a really good reason to do that. I do highly recommend still Travelocity.com just for the fact that they are really good about accepting promo codes. Another one you might do is Hotels.com. Sometimes Expedia does work good for the promo codes. It really just depends what you do. I do highly recommend going to each of those websites, subscribe to their email list, and then you will randomly kind of get promo codes to your email directly, and it'll kind of save you. Also, Google, with their Chrome browser, you can actually add a Retail Me Not widget now that gives you access to promo codes without having to search like crazy. Another one is called Honey, and no, not Honey. How you doing? It's literally called Honey, and it's a widget that automatically basically applies promo codes to the checkout on these websites. You do have to use a compatible website. I believe most of the mainstream travel websites are compatible with it. But once you get to the point that you're ready to reserve, I'm sure most of you know the area where it says have a promo code. Honey will actually interrupt you on the top right, and it'll ask you if you want to try the promo codes. The nice thing about Honey over Retail Me Not is that they do offer a rewards program. Based upon how much you're booking, you get at least 1 to 15% cash back in the form of a gift card for places that you can use extra money, I guess. So that's kind of an advantage. I'd highly recommend Honey over Retail Me Not just because of that rewards program. And yes, it does work because, yes, I have personally used it. I'm definitely a stickler for promo codes, and I literally book absolutely nothing without having one. So I definitely highly recommend that you take the time, you find the promo codes, and ultimately, whenever I did this last time, I saved literally $100 off of the All-Star Resort. So again, there's another $100. I just paid for one more of your admission tickets. So right here with these 2 to 5 tips, we literally have saved you over $247, and you now can basically purchase your tickets basically for the cost you would have paid if you hadn't watched this video. So definitely make sure you subscribe. But continuing on with this last tip 5 is, if you're not too bent out of shape about not staying at Walt Disney World, continue to watch, and I'm going to show you what to do as an alternative. Now, you're going to look at these photos and think I'm crazy, because why wouldn't you want to stay at such a gorgeous hotel? But I definitely have an alternative for you, especially for large groups, that's going to save you a ton of money and probably extend your Disney vacation quite a bit. And if you haven't guessed it already, I'm talking about a Disney vacation home, or probably a better name to say would be a Florida vacation home. But it is so close to Disney on most of these rentals that it might as well be a Disney vacation home. A lot of these rentals are typically anywhere from 3 to all the way to maybe even 9 plus bedrooms. So they're definitely quite spacious. And for this one, I think it was about a 4-bedroom. We paid about $600 to $700 for a 5-day trip. But typically these places go on the weekly rate, so even if you go for even a week, it probably wouldn't be that much more of a cost for you. And it's definitely kind of nice because these rental places actually come with many amenities. They come with strollers, they come with play cribs, they come with dishware, all kinds of things that you can use. You have your own kitchen so that you can actually cook and save money on vacation. Which might honestly help you alleviate some of the cost of that Disney vacation ticket as well, by cooking at home versus eating out at $50, $60 a night restaurants, both on Disney grounds and nearby areas in Orlando. So that would save you tremendous money as well, having that facility available to you. Another thing that is quite nice that you'll see coming up here in a little bit is that a majority of these rental homes actually have private pools that are available to the tenants that week, meaning you and you only. So you have your own private pool area. Some of these actually have clubhouses as well, which have private movie theaters that you can use. That you can basically just walk in there and say, hey, I want to play this on the screen. That's how it was with our most recent vacation. They just had a Roku hooked up to a giant screen. We could walk in and we could just ask them what to play. We never did take advantage of this, but it was kind of nice to have that option available to us if we got bored. But they definitely take good care of you at these places, and I definitely highly recommend saving a little bit of cash by booking these places. And a lot of times they are definitely a lot cheaper than if you were to stay a week. It would cost you at least $2,000 or more to even stay at something like the All-Star or something like that, depending upon the time of year that you go. But these vacation rentals are typically pretty consistent in price, regardless of whenever you go. So you're going to definitely save money. The nice thing that my family typically does, we do share these rentals, so we also share the costs. We typically take about 4 to 6 families, depending upon which portion of the family goes. But if you split $1,000 cost by 4 to 5, maybe even 6 different families, you're paying literally maybe $200 a family and saving a ton of money over staying at the Walt Disney Resort. And honestly, this is how probably the biggest tip that I can give you is to rent these vacation homes because it's going to save you a ton of money. You're going to have more money to spend on tickets and parks and souvenirs and things that you typically find make a vacation more enjoyable, at the cost that makes it possible to do it more. So our philosophy here at Catching Travel is to save money so that you can take vacations with your family. And honestly, who wouldn't give everything that they could give just to have more memories like this? More memories with your daughter, your son, everybody here at the Animal Kingdom. And we did it all within a proper budget. And because we did plan a proper budget, we were able to go even longer on the next trip, which is ultimately what anyone's goal should be whenever they're going to take a vacation. My philosophy is take as long as you want, because you're either going to do a vacation right or you're going to do a vacation wrong. And enjoy life and enjoy your family. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these tips. If you haven't noticed, this right here is a preview of our upcoming videos from the beautiful Carnival Sunshine. This is a video right here of Puerto Rico that you guys will enjoy here in a couple weeks once we finish up these Disney vacation vlogs. And this is actually a Spanish fort that was built in about, I think it was 1501. So it's definitely something that you guys want to catch. We've got a lot of footage in here, both with our GoPro and our standard camera. So definitely make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of these videos that are coming up here in a few short weeks with our good friends. So guys, we've reached the end of this video, and we definitely haven't reached the end of our adventures yet together, but this is the end for this one, and I hope that you have enjoyed these few 5 vacation tips. And hopefully they will save you money so that you can take more vacations, enjoy your life, because that's ultimately what all of this is about, the reason that we exist. And signing out, this is Jeremy McKinney from Catching Travel. And again, guys, I hope that you will join us for our future adventures together and our future endeavors to save you the money that you need to live your life and enjoy.